Greetings, Judah. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, tonight is the study night again. I know we've been tardy, missing in action, so to speak. I have been with the Book of Enoch, and so with the help of Yah and a little rest, because some of us we worked in the day, and what I'm saying, and so many times at the end of the day we have just enough left in us, to finish up whatever things that Yah has put before us, with a little personal little personal time on the side, and that's about it. But that's the explanation for it, for the inconsistency. But again, Yah willing, we'll continue to move forward and talk about the Book of Enoch. As a quick reminder, this book was hidden from our people, guys. And there are a lot of people out, around the land, around the planet. A lot of, so-called Hebrew Israelites. The street corner, thugs. Professing to be sent of Elohim, trying to justify their existence to the heathen. They won't even embrace the truth of these books, because in many cases, they're wolves in sheep's clothing, and they can't hear Yah. They can't hear the Ruhuk. The Ruhuk will speak to these men, and it will go in one ear and out the other, because they come in with a preset message, a preset notion on what they're going to do, and they walk out there, unbathing, unshaven, on every damn thing. You let me tell it. That's just my personal opinion. So if one of y'all offended out there, then be offended. But even they won't embrace these truths, because they're already being indoctrinated by the camps and those camps and the affiliations of those camps. So they won't talk about it. And then you got your so-called elite preachers, the T.D. Jakes and the Jamal Bryants and the Creflo Dollars and the Bill Winstons. I'm just talking about the so-called Hebrew ones. They would never embrace it, because they would get their asses ran. They would be tarred and feathered and ran out of town. That includes the Paul Martins and the Lester Loves and all the rest of these, the Blake guys, the Charles Blakes and the Robert Blakes and all of those. These are the local ones down south here. They get their asses tarred and feathered and ran clean out of town by their government daddy, who sponsors them economically to preach and teach only what they want, preach and teach to those who are enslaved into religion and Christianity. So they're not going to teach it. But praise Yah. Oh, and I forgot one additional group. You know what I'm saying? The other, Hebrew Israelites. And some of you guys, I suspect you're listening to Charles Dow and those guys over there. If you notice, every now and then he'll say something about one of these books, but he won't get into the depths of the book. Because I suspect, I know for a fact, I hear the brother talk a lot of time. I'm calling him my brother, but he ain't called to preach. He's not called to be a shepherd. Is he called to be a builder, a farmer, a hoe chaser? Right. I had to say that one, brother. I'm sorry. If your ass is offended, you need to be offended, because you come off as a hoe chaser. But anyway, and the other groups that are around him, whether they be up in Wisconsin or these other places, Kentucky, wherever they flow, they won't teach it either. Because Yah is not going to give them the revelation to be able to go through a whole chapter of this book. Most of them got to get people to read for them. Read it, and I'm going to talk about everything else but what I just read. And then I'm going to try to connect the dots with bullshit that has nothing to do with what the book is saying. So that group too. Now that being said, let's get back to the Book of Enoch. Enoch is a book that talks from the beginning to the end. It explains to us, the state of man. It explains to us the fall of man. It explains to us where these heathens have come from. It explains to us how the the things that man, the fallen ones, have brought back and pushed it into our culture, and how we have now become seduced by the things that the fallen angels taught men. It taught its own kind, their own seed, and then their seed interbred with our seed, and now they have that kind of influence through their breaded ones. You know, the so-called mulatto niggas. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if they're black or they're white. Every time you ask them who they are, they just seem to just come out, I'm a little bit of everything. That nigga. You know, they use them to come and poison the rest of us. Because whenever, you know, back in the days, you know what I'm saying, you go back 50, 60 years ago, 100 years ago, if a light-skinned Negro was saying something, he automatically was accredited with, you know, well, you know, he light-skinned, so he must know something. Them wretched, dirty, devil, rotten-ass devils. I've hardly met one of them red niggas that had any integrity. And to being straight about it, I've hardly met one of them. And I'm sure there are a few over on the side here or there that I have missed. But for the most part, they are just about as wretched and wicked, and they will do anything that their white daddies will tell them to do, or their white mammies will tell them to do, to save face. Because at the end of the day, they got the mindset, please don't call me no nigga. Meaning, don't associate me with the black people, or in essence, through their own ignorance, don't associate me with the children of Yahuwah. Back in the day of Yeshua, they were Samaritans, is what he called them. They were half and half heathen, and then half us. And quite frankly, if you know anything about what Yeshua said, our people were instructed not to have any dealings with them either. That's why the lady at the well said that y'all don't have any dealings. Remember the lady at the well when she made, well, you don't have it. We're Samaritans, y'all. You know, we don't have any dealings with y'all. Y'all don't have, pretty much she said, y'all don't have any dealings with us. You see, we're not even supposed to mix with the mixed breed among us, because they will contaminate us. Because whenever evil is abound, they'll take the side of evil, because a part of them are rooted in wickedness because they come from a wicked tree. Well, Yeshua said, you know the tree by the fruit that it bears. So they were also used to misguide us, to mislead us. And they would take, you know, the lighter complexion ones, and they would put them in positions of authority amongst us. If you go back and you look at them early niggas who were in charge, talking about congressmen, council people, you know, so-called, you know, well, not many senators, but so-called the leaders of our communities. Go back and look. And you'll notice most of them got strangular hair, light skin, and they really think that makes them special. Look how bright I am. Never, ever, ever understanding that brightness comes from the enemy, from the fallen one. It comes from the seed of Satan. And most of them have no redeeming qualities about themselves. Just a bunch of whores and whoremongers who look down their nose, you know, at us. Again, they will use also to hide these truths from us. But in these last days, Yah said that he would open up our eyes, that we might have eyes to see and ears to hear, that we might understand. Daniel prophesied that in the 12th chapter of the book of Daniel, that knowledge would be increased, that the books would become unsealed so that we might be able to see. So they hid this from us. But as I shared with you, my sisters and brothers, I want you to listen carefully. I want you to listen intently. With intention is what I'm saying. Open up your ears. Close your eyes if you have to. You know, put the video away. Just listen to the voice. And see if you can see the connectivity to what's in Enoch, to what you're reading in the so-called canonized books. Because what you're going to find out is that all of those who say that this book is bullshit, this book is not real, this book was created by man, you're going to find out that if this book is created in bullshit, then the book that they were reading is created and is full of bullshit as well. Even the book of Jude talks about angels that were locked up into the bottomless pit for a certain period of time. That's the same quote. Jude is quoting it. Jude in your New Testament is quoting Enoch. And I want to say 2 Peter quotes it too. When Peter talks about the angels that sin. Where did Peter get this information from? Where did Jude get the information from? That's a question I'll ask you. If you think the book of Enoch is not the word hidden from you, the true word of how this whole corrupted earth came into play. How the wickedness that you're dealing with right now every day, and under the oppression of how it came into existence. The book of Enoch is the book to explain that to you. And of course Satan would hide this book and use his offspring, his seed, to hide this book from us. And then when the false teachers try to teach it, they talk like fools. But for those of us who love Yah, those of us who are called of Yah, natural men of Israel, with a passion and a love and a desire to bring forth this truth. Yah didn't hide it from us. And why did he not hide it from us? Because he made the decision before we were formed in our mother's wombs that he would use us as his messengers to bring the knowledge of who we were to the people and who the enemy of the people were. To those, again, who had the ear and the heart to listen. In other words, the mindset. Those of you who are ready, to meet our maker. I mean meet him like introduction. I'm not talking about die. I'm talking about meeting him on an intimate level. These lying teachers and preachers and priests or whatever the hell they were, evangelists or whatever they call themselves, male or female, they don't have the grace of Elohim to introduce mankind to the Most High. If you listen to the video earlier today, I talked about in the book of John, or the Basura of John, where even Yeshua told them, he said, these people can't hear. He said, you're the children of the devil. You can't hear. Now he's talking to these men. He is literally talking to these men, and he tells them, you can't hear what I'm saying. In other words, he's saying, you can never understand what I'm saying. It would never be revealed to you because you are not of our kind. You are not of our seed. You see, the wicked out there, that's why they hid this. Because they understood that there were things in this information here that would expose them for who they were and at the same time enlighten us, Israel, Judah, to who we are. And let me, just for the record, who is Israel? Who is Judah? You're talking about your so-called Negroes. You're talking about your so-called Hispanics. And you're talking about your so-called Native Americans. And let me tell you something about these Native Americans. Many of you guys, when I say Native American, you think about, I don't know, Tonto or some goddamn body, Geronimo, some white man posing to be us again. The Native Americans are black people. The Native Americans are black people. Negroes is what they would be called. From Negro land, many of them were right here on Turtle Island. That's why they were able to bring the people from over the oceans right here, and these people were able to come together and do all of this work without coming from two separate parts of the world. Tell me, how could these people connect, communicate, and work together instantly if they weren't already related? That would have been an impossibility. And I'm going to give you one little small fact. Africa has 52 countries, approximately 52 countries. And almost 2,000 different languages. In other words, there are, in those 52 countries, there are 2,000 different languages that are spoken. So you could not have taken so-called Africans and brought them here to the Americas and expected them to understand each other no more than if you speak English right now and don't know Spanish, could understand what somebody Spanish is saying. Or if you speak Spanish and don't speak French, would know what someone French is saying, regardless if y'all looked alike or not. Now think about that times 2,000. It is ridiculous to even begin to think that somehow or another that there were all these different foreign people from all over the place that had nothing in common, and somehow or another they got everything in common real fast, real quick, right here in America, and took this nation from where it was as a peaceful, loving, beautiful paradise and made it a living hell corrupted by the demons from all over the world. And this book exposes those demons. But this book will also reveal to you the lies. The Native Americans, again, are black. Oh, and by the way, the so-called Hispanics, they're black too. They're black too. I'm not talking about the white ones. The white Hispanics are white. They're not Hispanics. They're hiding under the term because they're from that region. True Hispanics are black people. All of our people have melanin in their skin. All of our people have style and grace in their disposition. All of our people are ultra talented. And I'm not talking about Jennifer Lopez shaking her ass kind of whorish talent. That ain't talent, that's debauchery. But I am talking about the Pelés of the world, the Alex Rodriguez's of the world. I'm talking about just in things that they do, they are gifted. Our people are naturally gifted people. Why? Because we are the people of creation. We're bigger, we're faster, we're stronger, and we're more intelligent. No, we're not intelligent with the instruments of war. No, we're not. Because our father was not a murderer from the beginning. Their father was a murderer from the beginning. Therefore, their father automatically would have learned the weapons of war and how to use chemical warfare, diseases, germs, technology to kill, steal, and to destroy. Why would we be affiliated psychologically with devils? And yet they have twisted things and they made evil good and good evil. And what did the Most High say? What did Elohim say? Woe to the man that makes good evil and evil good. And that's what they have done. So they reverse things. So now they got you thinking someone is smart if he can build a goddamn atomic bomb. That he's smart if he can build some type of weapon that would take away all of your ability to have privacy, to worship, to speak, to talk, to walk, to feel, to think, to be a natural man or a natural woman. They spend all their time in these caves, these structured caves that are 50, 60, 100 story talls. That's what these big office buildings are. They are caves. They built their caves above ground and they built their caves below ground. And inside those caves, that's where they learned from their forefathers, the fallen ones. The book of Enoch exposes that. So all of you Hebrew Israelites who aspire to be, I want to work in corporate America, I want my own office on the 25th floor, you're going to be up there with a bunch of goddamn demons. And when they finish with your ass, don't be surprised if you're acting, thinking, and getting abused by them. You sister, you want to be in these corporate buildings, I want to be around. Yeah, when they finish at these office parties and this other slime shit they do behind your back and in front of your face, you'll live to regret that day. Because you're going to lose your soul. We're not supposed to be in that environment. We are people. Y'all put us in a position where that we're supposed to talk to nature. Nature speaks back to us. We're supposed to talk to the wind. We're supposed to be talking to the water. Even the animals. There's supposed to be a clear dialogue with us, a silent or a verbal one. If you walk in the truth of who you are, you know what I'm talking about. And let me give you another example here. And I promise you, my brothers and sisters, I'm going to take you to the book, but you're going to get this commentary. When you turn this channel on, when you say, oh, that's DFG, let me look, you already know you're going to get this first. But I'm going to finish in the book. But let me give you an example. Some of you who are afraid of dogs. Let me tell you something here. Don't you know that dog knows what you're thinking? Have you even given that into consideration? Of course you don't know the dog knows what you're thinking. Let me say that right. Do you realize that dog knows exactly what you're thinking? Because you have the ability to communicate to the dog. You see, when somebody says the dog knows what you're thinking, that means the dog is smart. No, my friend. There are wavelengths that we have that dominates this whole earth. That everything on this planet hears what we are thinking. Why you think the planet is so sick? Because Judah and Israel is sick. As a matter of fact, the book teaches us that the earth is in a state of mourning. The earth is in a state of sorrow. And the reason the earth is in a state of mourning and sorrow, mourning like in pain, is because the people who were put here to have dominion over the earth has worked with the heathens to destroy the earth. And not only that, we are not speaking life into the very things that depend upon us for life. So that dog, he knows what you're thinking because you have the ability to speak to it. You're telling it, I'm afraid. It's saying, really? Okay then, what do you want? Well, I don't know. I'm scared you're going to bite me. He said, well, are you telling me to come at you until you can run? And then I can do what I naturally do, chase after things that run from me. And by the way, since I don't necessarily have hands to grab and hug you, I'll use my mouth to grab and bite your ass. Especially since I can tell that there is a level of negative energy with you that all of a sudden I go from my natural nature of being submissive to you to my aggressive nature to harm you as I harm any prey that's trying to elude me. But you can take that same mindset and look at that dog and pretty much tell that dog, keep it moving. Don't you dare come anywhere near me. Just keep it moving. Or if you do come near me, you better keep walking. And I know what I'm talking about. This is not speculation. Yeah, the world will tell you, I don't give. Look, I could care less what a bunch of idiots think. You should feel the same way. These people are the lesser people, if you want to call them that. And yet you have you have elevated them above the only thing that you have elevated them above you. Now, Yah said the only thing that's above us are the angels. And we have taken the fallen ones who Yah has already prejudged, and we've elevated their wicked asses above us too. See, when they fell, they were no longer above us. They were under our feet. That's why the book said that Eve's heel would be on the head of the serpent. See, that was the curse of them for their wickedness. But what did we do? Most of us have elevated them back over us because now they have dominion over us because what? We cater to every thought, suggestion, and idea that they put in your dumb ass heads. And we lose all of our natural senses to discern anything. And now, because these demonic thoughts are in your mind, you're out there acting like two-legged dogs, barking at your own kind, hating and conniving and plotting against your own kind. Can't even love what Yah told you from the beginning that you must love. Your kind. Even Yeshua tried to remind you of that. He said, when he was confronted, what are the most powerful commandments of all? Not that he said they were the others were done away, but he never said any such lie. They just asked him a question. Hey, give me a synopsis of, what are the greatest ones? There's 600 plus of it. What's the greatest ones? He said, okay, here's the greatest one. Love Elohim with all your heart, all of your mind, and all of your strength. And he said, and the second is like the first. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. So in other words, he said the second was equal to the first, meaning that in our natural state of mind, there should never be bitterness between the people of Israel. And if there is any bitter strife, it's supposed to be taken care of before the sun goes down. And for those of you who are carrying that, that's why you're getting your asses whipped. You're getting your head. Today you hate, tomorrow you're going to love them, and then you're going to hate them again. And then you're going to make the fatal mistake of doing something so wicked that Yah going to come in and wipe your ass out for harming one of his. Because you're stupid like that. You play with the enemy. You don't know the book. You reject the truth. And that's why nature is sitting over there in a state of confusion, in a state of suffering. Because we are miserable. Because we have decided that we're going to do what we want to do, and we don't care what the book says. And then when someone comes and says, well, why are you so bitter? Why are you so angry? Why are you so spiteful? Why are you so lustful? Why are you so unsatisfiable? Huh? That's normally, huh? But you don't say, huh? Because that's going to show that you're an idiot. So you start your rationalization or your justification. Well, I just can't trust her because she ain't no good. Well, y'all say, well, tell me how good you are then. Since you're going to judge her, speak. Sort of like he did when all of the village brought the whore in front of his presence and asked him, what does the law say in regards to this whore, this adulterer? And if you're an adulterer, you're a whore. He said, they said, by law, we are to kill her. And Yeshua said, by law, you are absolutely right. You are right. Now, where did y'all bring the stones with you? Because don't come and bring me this damn woman. We got to kill her wicked ass. I hope y'all brought the stones with you. And he said, yeah, we got him. We got him. He said, okay, good. Now, I got one more thing to remind you of. If you're going to kill her, you're killing her because she's in sin. And Yah is no respecter of person. The whore should die. The adulterer must die. But since we going to do some killing today, then the envious one going to die. The bitter one going to die. The one who's greedy for filthy money going to die. The son of a gun who has not taken care of his children going to die. The mother who is in rebellion, or the wife who's in rebellion towards her husband going to die. The father who is not honoring Elohim, he dying. The children who are disrespectful for the parents, you're dying. Everybody dying right now. And then he went back to give them a moment to, get the stones a good grip so they can kill her ass and the next one in line, him too, or whoever else was there. And he looks up and all of a sudden he doesn't see anybody. It's quiet. Only one there now is the hoe. He's like, woman, what happened to your accusers? She said, Master, they left. He said, well, I guess they must have had a change of mind. I guess, they were judging without self-examining themselves. Therefore, I didn't see you in act, so I ain't going to kill you. The ones who saw you, they're supposed to kill you, so they gone, so I guess you can go. But by the way, you better change your attitude. You better change your behavior. Because the next time, there may not be a voice out there, to come to your rescue. See, that's the same thing Yah says to many of you all out here who are walking in, this bitterness. Many of you who are walking in debauchery, looking forward to the next, party or festival or another way to expose yourself or the next, drunken, vicious act. Whatever it is you're doing. He's warning us through these words that you better be careful. You had better be careful. Because you know what? The next time may very well be your last time. In other words, the next time, I'm not going to be there for your ass. Now, I know some of you saying, damn, DFG, what the hell has got to do with the book of Enoch? Nothing. It's got something to do with you, though, because y'all gave it to me to tell you, so I don't know. Did you feel uncomfortable? Did you see yourself in your mental mirror? Then that was a message for you. Some of you will take heed and say, you know what? I need to go cleanse myself for this shit. I need to go and apologize. I need to go and truly repent. I need to wash my mind and get my ass right back where I was. But then some of you, in your rebellion, and your arrogance, your high-minded, your horniness, your pride, you're going to keep your little chest stuck out and your head stuck up, and you're going to walk right into hell. Oh, with gasoline draws on. But that's the choice you want to make. Because you know what happens? When the light shines upon a wicked person, it shows exactly what's in their heart. See, a lot of, darkness hate light. See, a lot of you out here, see, you're really dark in your heart. You're hateful. And then, and what happens when someone like me bring forth the word, you receive the word. You receive it. No question. You're like, oh, yeah, he's right. And then as soon as the cares and the issues of life come, all of a sudden, you don't want to hear it no more. I don't care about him. He ain't nobody. No, look at him. Let me shame him so I don't have to continue to expose my own filthy shame. Trials come, challenges come, whatever it may be. Fail your ass get an F every single time. Yet you profess to love and want to know Yah. Or in many cases, you profess to be a teacher or a preacher of Elohim. Deceivers. Deceiving and being deceived is who you are and what you are. There's an old saying that the worst kind of lie is the lie we tell ourselves. I said that's the worst lie. It's not the people who lie to us. That's the worst lie. It's the lie that you tell yourself. And by the way, see, the Ruhu just told me to expose another demon out here. You're saying, yeah, I told myself that, this person was this or this person was that. And see, I lied to myself. That's not what he's talking about, dumbass. That's not what he's talking about. See, you're still in your vain, carnal, humanistic mind, your heathen mind. It's not what he's talking about. He's talking about evaluating yourself with a book and looking inside of your own heart and seeing how you have rejected the truth because you love a lie. You love what you do. You're so enamored with yourself that you don't even have time to step back and look at your ugly, filthy ass behavior. You don't have time for that. So what you do, you brush off the word. Oh, you hear it, but it'll only take a few minutes, a day, an activity, an event, a situation, a circumstance, a chance. It doesn't matter. Your ass is going to be right back there in the mud, just like the book says. Pig goes back to his own mud. Or like the dogs, as the book said, the dog goes back to his own vomit. Because although you may be Judah, you might and I do use that word carefully, you might be Judah, you still have the heart and the mind of the heathen society that your captors have put and embedded upon your ancestors, who passed them down generation to generation down to your wicked ass. And if Yah does not spare your children, you'll pass your filthy behavior down to your children, or your children's children, I might add. But don't worry about it, because Yah going to judge your ass for what you have done, and He's going to judge your ass for what your child did because of what you've done, and He's going to judge your ass for what your grandchild did because of what you've done. Oh, and He's going to burn their asses up too. They're not going to escape. Not unless one of them break the curse, your wickedness. I'm not going to honor my mother and my father. I'm not going to honor the men of Yah. Because why? Because I don't feel like it. Because I don't like them. Because of whatever your self-justification is. Yah said you'd be better off having a millstone tied around your neck and cast into a deep sea than to harm one of mine. Oh, I know you say, he said little ones. My friend, all of the men and women of Elohim are considered his little ones, his sheep. He's the shepherd of the sheep. He wasn't just talking about little children. He was talking about all of us in the eyes of Elohim are the children of Elohim. Why do you think Paul referenced it, said you're babes and you're still on milk when you should have grown and have now become, eating meat as adults? See, because of your natural mind, you don't have the revelation to understand everything that Yah says. That His word is multi-purposeful and multi-dimensional. That's the word, dimensional. But you will never understand it. As you heard me mention about the Dows and the Jakes and all of them. They all can tell you a good made-up bullshit story. But when it comes down to what the word is really saying, they don't have no revelation like that. So they've got all of you guys seduced by their materialism. You notice they're always showing you what they did and what they got. They're always boasting about what you can have and what you can get. They don't talk about growth in the Rahuk. They don't talk about growth in the walk. They talk about themselves and you following after them. And, and when they're drunk enough, they start cussing you out. Like heathens typically do. Get drunk, and then you really see what's in their hearts. But all of this can be tied back to Enoch. See, we're going to do some layers tonight. And I'm going to take you to another layer, a higher layer. You see, these thoughts and these ideas that have been implanted in your hearts, those of you who want to walk after your own way, your own self-righteousness, regardless of what the word says, do you realize that is the lie of Satan and his seed? His dominion, all of his demons, his principalities, the spiritual rulers of the rulers of the darkness of this world. Do you realize that all of those thoughts are coming from them? All of those are coming from the fallen ones that Enoch talks about. See, that's the deep connection of Enoch. And that's why these people stay away from it. Because they start talking about Enoch, they're going to get judged quick. First of all, Satan allowed to take their asses out. Because Satan ain't going to let you expose. Satan's house is not divided. Satan is not going to let those devils expose the other devils. So, of course, they're going to be hush, hush. Don't talk about that. We're in this together. We're this is a brotherhood. This is a sisterhood. We no. But do you realize that all of this wickedness that abounds, externally and internally, do you realize that's from the fallen ones? And who are the fallen ones? The ones that are written in the book of Enoch, that you heard Jude reference. Oh, I didn't forget about that. And you heard Peter referencing. Oh, no, I didn't forget about that. Your brother is way too far advanced to get lost in any message. That's not the way the Rahut works. If my language or my communication to you goes off into the wild blue yonder, you wonder what the hell I'm talking about, that's a sign that that's not Yah. Yah messages don't forget what the hell they're talking about in the middle of talking about it. Are you serious? That's man. Because he's a liar. The false prophets, the first teachers, of course they don't get lied. They're lying the minute they open their mouth. They're not hearing from Elohim. I shared that with you earlier today. They cannot hear from Elohim. They can only mimic. They're preaching and teaching the things of men. Many of you are practicing and listening and learning the things of men. What you can get, what you can have, how many of those things you want, when you want it, how you want it, and the way you want it. The opposite word here is you, meaning selfish. You don't have a servant mentality. Every shepherd has a servant mentality. They serve people. Every shepherd. No such thing as a shepherd that does not serve people. And I'm not talking about giving them a cup of water. I'm talking about genuinely listen and understand and try their best to bring about restoration through the word of Elohim for people. They understand from the moment they get up to the moment they lay down that they have a calling and a responsibility to do such. Why do you think Yeshua said that those who are the greatest among you, let them be the servants of all? Why do you think he said that? And he was not talking about giving you something to eat or something to dress or something where going to buy you something. He was talking about giving you the food that will last through eternity. It's like Yeshua told the woman at the well, the whore, I might add, 7 damn husbands. He told her, he said, if you knew the hell you were talking about, you wouldn't be asking me for water out of this well. You would be asking me for living water that would never run dry. And there you have it. But many of you, because of vanity, carnality, greed, again, hatred. And it's time for you to really understand that hatred is starting to show on you. Oh yeah. See your little pretty face? When it drops one day you're going to get up in the morning and you're going to look in the mirror and you're not going to be pretty no more. You know, that little masculine disposition you have where you can destroy any man and you ain't afraid of no one. One day you're going to wake up and guess what? You're going to be feeble. You're going to be able to destroy nobody. Or 5-year-old will be able to kick you in the ass and you won't be able to do anything about it. It's coming. Because Yah's going to take all that away from you as judgment. He said, only those who follow my commandments would have long life. Added life, a full life, life abundantly. It's the word. He said, I came that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. But you don't get that if you don't get the truth and you don't embrace the truth about yourself. Yeah, many of you guys say, yeah, I love the truth. I want to know the truth about you. No, learn the truth about your own ass. How about that? Why did you learn the truth about you? Why did you learn the truth about who you are? Selfish, envious, jealous, hateful, greedy, lustful, bitter, foolish, always wanting to play around and bullshit. Whenever someone comes to you and say, let's time to get serious, let's get in the word, let's get real here. Oh, I'm a little busy right now. Or your ass is like a 2-year-old, your attention span is like a damn gnat on crack. Why do you think that is? Because that soul that's in you, it hates Elohim. Yeshua tried to warn you. He said, what did a man gain? What is the profit of man to gain the whole world and lose his or her soul? He told you it profits you absolutely nothing. Yet you're still chasing the things of this world, when you should be chasing Elohim. And you're not going to find Elohim by rejecting his messengers. You are a liar. He put them here for a purpose. He said you are a city. He said you are a lamp that has been placed, in the house, so that all can see that light. And when they see that light, they get to glorify me in the world. So don't come talking that shit about your relationship with Elohim ain't got nothing to do with men. You're a liar. Your relationship with Elohim means that you are the man or the woman of Elohim, if you have one. You're supposed to be the example to the world. That is the calling. Not to be an incubus, sucking everything out of everything. Give me. One. Come on, I got you. See me. You're an incubus. You know what an incubus is? That's like a witch doctor. Someone who practices the cult. And whenever you're around people, your whole focus is, what can I tear down? What can I tear apart? What can I break up? What can I destroy? I need to get. See, when you do that, that's how you get your energy. You get your energy through your destructive behavior. That's how you get your energy. So your energy is corrupt, and it's going to destroy that so-called beautiful continence that you have. It's going to destroy that so-called masculine body that you have. And it's going to happen a hell of a lot sooner than you think. Hear me out. Listen up. It's the world calls this the Sabbath night. So hear me out on this Sabbath evening, my brothers and my sisters, with your sweet selves. You're not clean. You're not clean. You're not clean. You can never be clean until you cleanse yourself. Yeshua said, get it out your eye, then you could go and discuss about getting it out of somebody. How can you have an eye of envy, of strife, of bitterness, of jealousy, and then at the same time call yourself clean? No, he said, you're a liar and the truth is not in you, my brother, my sisters. He said, first you need to get your act together, then you can go tell them about getting their act together. It's pretty sad. We're at a very sad state as a nation, as a people. Again, this hatred has calcified our hearts. We have no compassion, no understanding, no patience. We no long suffering. We only care about me and mine. At least you do. I don't. Never have, never will. What I love, let me be clear to you. I love the purity of the heart of mankind when I see it and when I find it. That's what I love. Because it's the only thing that's going to last. All this other love is temporary. I was in a conversation with somebody a while back, and we were talking about the subject of love and how many times they've loved. And some of you guys, not the particular person I was talking to, so I want to be clear. There's no judgment there. But some of you use the word love like you put on a clean pair of drawers. In other words, your love means nothing. It's just transferable. It's nothing. It's not worth, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's like having shit-stained drawers and you just take them off and go take a bath and put the shit-stained drawers back on. Underwear, drawers. Your shit stained them. You go take a bath so your butt is clean, then you go back and put the same shitty drawers on. That's what some of your love is like. Because, there's nothing clean about it. Pure love stands strong. Pure love don't go nowhere. Pure love endures forever. Because only pure love, the only love there really is, and you heard me talk about it before, is the love of Yah. That's the only love. All this shit that man has that's all conjured up shit. That is spells, and that is uh you know, all kind of witches. There's a word that comes to my mind. It's almost if I it's what is the word? It's just again. I'll just let me just keep it clean, keep it basic. It's just it's this shit that you made up that's not really real. It's this word that you use because you think that if you use this word, it's going to give you access. But see, pure love is about sacrifice. What are you willing to give up for the betterment of others? And I'm not talking about giving somebody your shit, stupid. I'm talking about what are you willing to sacrifice within yourself to allow others to have access to what you have. Let me say that again, sisters. What are you willing to give up inside of yourself to allow others to have access to it? Not your shit, not your things, and surely not your stinky ass. We're not talking about your vagina. And let me yeah, I'm gonna say it. A lot of you women, you treat your vagina like it's some type of highly treasured jewel. Like the other 3.5 billion women on the planet doesn't have one. Your vagina is not your weapon. Although many of you have made it that. It's nothing but a birth canal to deliver seed. Oh, and from time to time, for your pleasure, when the man of Yah knocks on your door, who's assigned to you. Your husband. But whores can't have a husband. So let me clarify it. Whores cannot ever have a husband. Nor can whoremongers have a wife. But I digress. Let's get back. But again, all these things are interconnected, my brothers and my sisters. All of it are interconnected. These demons, when they fell, their seed stayed here. Those demon spirits stayed here. And what they did, they started possessing bodies, taking on the likeness of men. And now they've got hybrids out here. They look like us, and men, they got 5 fingers on each hand. Most of them anyway. They've got, arms, legs, eyes. Not necessarily our eyes. They've got skin. Some of them have tails. Wouldn't know that, but they do. They're very similar to us on the outer realm. But inside, like Yeshua said, dead men bones. There's nothing in them. Nothing. And see, some of you who are listening to me, you know I'm talking about you. Because I wasn't talking. Then why don't you do a self-examination? You can't even do a self-examination. Because the minute you try to do a self, you're going to get bitter and you're going to get angry at me for saying this, for talking to you about it. You're really angry at Elohim because that's who gave me the words to share with you. Why you think you sat here and listened to this part? You know there's nothing in you. You know there's nothing in you. How is it something? Oh, I love the Most High, so I know you are a liar and the truth. How you love him and you don't keep his commandments? How? He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. You don't keep his commandments. You don't do any of his commandments. You just think just through your fancy, slick words, your cunning words. Just like you tell the man, I love you, I love you, I love you. So you use his name, you use Elohim name the way you use your love to entrap men. And I'm not talking to every single one of you, but let me be clear. I'm not talking to everyone, but I'm talking to the vast majority of you. The same way you tell a man you love him today, and then you got another one a month from now, a year from now, you telling him the same damn thing, and then you get another one 3 years after that, man, you tell him the same damn thing, and the next one the same damn thing. You're just lying and lying and lying to a point where your brain is so reprobated, you don't even know how to have a decent conversation with somebody without throwing love in the middle of the goddamn conversation to try to seduce them, to get them, to convince them that you're more than what the hell you are. You see, real women or real men, they don't have to conjure up. They don't have to be throwing love all around. They just come to you and they show that love. It's expressed in many ways. And the one way they will not express it by showering you with gifts. Who did Yeshua go to bringing gifts? When? I can recall people bringing him gifts. But when did he go around showering people with gifts? It has nothing to do with it, guys, is what I'm saying to you. It's all conjured up by the fallen ones. And it's becoming a substitute for what is love. It's not love, it's lust. Again, real love means that you are willing to walk with a heart of forgiveness, no matter how wrong you think you might have been. Because there's no wrong so damn wrong that you got to just get all worked up for days and weeks and years about. That is a demon possessed. You're possessed by the devil. If your ass is still upset about some shit that happened years ago, and you still wind up about shit that's happened a week ago, that's already said and done with, and you still worked about, you're a demon possessed. You have demons in you talking to you and got you bounded and imprisoned, and you can't break free. Just like the demons in the book of Enoch, locked into the darkness, into the caves of the earth, waiting for judgment. They cannot get free. So those who are already on the earth, they do the same thing to you that Yah did to their fathers. They do the same thing to you that Yah did to their fathers. They do the same thing. They're locked up in chains and they're miserable. You're locked up in chains and you're miserable. And all you think about is revenge. I want my revenge. I want my blood. I want my blood. I want to kill. I want to destroy. Just like them. Just like them. That's how you know you are them. Because if you were righteous, those thoughts would not enter your mind like that. And when they came, you would fight against those thoughts. You'd be acting like, why? There would be a natural curiosity. What's going on? I want to get this out of me. You will be praying. You'll be fasting. You'll put on this video, a video like this. I want someone to talk to me. Shake me out of this shit I'm in. Shake me out of this spell. Get me loose. Get me loose. Elohim, get me loose. Send me a word. That's what you would be doing. You wouldn't be sitting there laying around plotting and reviewing it and plotting and reviewing it, then spewing it out, telling everybody, oh yeah, oh yeah, this is what I know, oh yeah, this is what I know, oh yeah. You're just like your father, the devil. And if he isn't your father, your ass is damn sure possessed by demons. So just like our people who are possessed by demons, you had better go before a man of Elohim and ask him to cast those demons out, for those demons kill you and harm your children. Those demons will bring predators into your home. They will use you to bring predators in your home that's going to attack your children. They will use you. I'm going to say it to you again, sisters, brothers. Those demons will use you to bring predators in your home, demons inside of you in your home, to kill and destroy your own children. You're the guilty culprit because you're harboring that bitterness and that envy, that strife, that hatred inside of you. A cocoon of misery and lies and self-deception, self-justification, self-righteousness. No different than these devils who were trying to kill the whore. although they were just as bad as the whore in their own sins. But they couldn't see their sins because they were so busy looking at hers. And it took the word of Elohim, the light of the word, to shine on them for them to drop them damn rocks. How many of you still holding your rocks? You better drop them, or he's going to take that rock and smash your skull with it. Again, it ties back into the message tonight. And I'm going to get there. Probably time to go there right now, praise Yah. Ooh, praise Yah. We have gone an hour. This is what I'm going to say to you, sisters and brothers. We're going to get here. But if anything has been shared with you, no, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. Because see, Satan even comes at me. You know, he wanted to tell me, just tell him, you know, if anything happened to you, you know, if any of these words apply to you, thumbs up the video. Now, when that all sounds good and dandy, that is so vain and so carnal to seek after anybody doing that. You should only be agreeing with what you agree with. And you don't have to do a damn thing. You don't have to thumb nothing up. You don't have to do anything if you're in agreement. You just need to be seeking Yah, using this message as a pathway to get closer to Yah. And maybe some of you, I was looking for something here. Let me check this out. See this? See what I have in my hand here? This is a razor. You know, blade. See that? Some of you, you're holding knives. You need to drop it. You see that same knife that you're using to cut others with? Y'all gonna take that knife and put it to your throat if you're not careful. It's gonna make you do it. You're gonna die at your own hands and everything that you love. Because he's gonna release you to your wickedness. He's going to take his hands off of you. And he's going to give you over to a reprobated mind. And that way you could do whatever you want to do. Oh, you might, somebody say, well, you can do whatever you want to do and you're going to have no conscience. Oh, you're going to have a conscience. That's not the way this works. You'll be able to do whatever you want to do. And yeah, you're going to have a conscience. And see that conscience? That's what's going to eat you up like a cancerous organ inside of your body, eating you from inside out. Oh, you're going to have a conscience. Y'all not going to give you. He's not going to let it go. You're not going to let it. How you haven't let it go yet? You haven't let it go yet. Oh, I know you. Yeah, I did. No, you did. That's the lie you tell yourself to justify your act. Because when you let something go, when Yah forgives you, you're forgiven clean. There is no remembrance of it anymore. He said, I will remember your sins no more. That's the forgiveness. That's no other forgiveness but that forgiveness. You haven't forgiven a damn thing if you haven't totally washed it and released it from your mind and you're renewed and established relationships as though it never happened. And if you're not at that level, you're still holding on to that shit. And it's going to eat you up from the inside out. And before you know it, your whole brain is going to be gangrene, full of maggots and hate. And you're going to die in your wickedness. And again, don't see yourself as so important that you're saying, oh, he's talking to me. No. I'm not talking to you. Maybe Yah is, but I'm not. Okay. So let's get to the book. And I'm going to read through this one chapter, 62. And follow me along here. And you tell me if this book is a book that has no reference as you have read other books. Now, some of you guys, I'm not even talking to you because you're not studying. You are not studying. When the last time you picked up your Bible and it wasn't a Sunday and your ass wasn't miserable and you just sat down to study the Word? A good, a highly esteemed person that I know today said to me, the day is the Sabbath, and I am studying the Sabbath. And not only did they study the Sabbath, they shared what they studied with me. And let me say right to you, I was blessed. It was an honor. I'm like, wow, look at the growth. Look at the spiritual growth. See, that's the hands of Yah in your life now. But you got to be careful too, because Satan sees you. He's not gonna cut you any slack for coming into the truth. But the more you stay in the Word, the stronger you are, the least influence he's gonna have on you, my dear sister. But understand, if you're not studying the Word, what does this mean to you? Why are you even here? If you're not going to study the Word, why are you even here? Why are you wasting your time? Go turn the television back on and turn off this message. Now I am asking you, turn off the message and go turn back on the television. You don't care about your soul. You don't care about the soul of your loved ones. You know a tree by the fruit it bears. Where's your fruit? You're holding on to strife and anger and bitterness and jealousy and arrogance and high-mindedness and greed and self-centeredness, etc. Unforgiveness. You got all that going on. And then you have the audacity not to even be in the book, but call yourself a man of Elohim. You are a liar. You are a liar. You're lying to yourself. You're reprobated in your mind. It is time to repent. Quickly, man. Tomorrow is not promised to you, man. It's not. You better get moving really, really fast. And stop pissing around. It's serious business here. It's life and death we're talking about here. This is not the place where you come for entertainment. This is serious stuff here. And you sisters, again, with your short attention spans that can only focus on self, you had better cut that foolishness out. You had better get serious. This world is about to turn on you, Judah, women of Judah. It's already turned on you. The evil that of your nightmare, your worst fears is coming at you. It's coming your way. And you're walking out here unprotected. You're walking out here with an attitude that I don't care. I can figure it out. No, you cannot figure it out. How? Who's going to protect you when the enemy comes? Oh, Yah's not going to protect you when the enemy comes. He already told you what you should do. Oh, so you're going to rebel against what he says and then call on him. He said, no, I'm not going to hear your prayers. He said, when you call on me, I'm going to laugh at you. You haven't obeyed me. Well, you say, yes, I have. Well, are you following the book? Are you under a man of Elohim? Are you covered by a man of Elohim? Where is he? Who is he? How can you validate that? How are you vet? Where's the man and who is the man that you're covered under? I'm talking about the man. I ain't talking about your goddamn rotten ass white pastor or preacher man. I'm talking about a man of Judah who Yah has put in there to teach and instruct you. What's his name? And where is that? When the last time you heard from him? Oh, you don't need one? Then you don't need Elohim, because he's the one said you need to have one. Where's that in the book, DFG? I don't know. Go study the book and find out for yourself. I'm telling you, it's in there. I'm telling you, the day gonna come that you're gonna be so desperate that it's gonna be 7 you begging for one to cover you, and that one is gonna say, "Oh hell no, you had your chance. You didn't want to hear me then. You said, oh no, you don't agree with that then. Oh, that's bullshit then. Oh, I would never do it then. Okay, good. Now you're gonna live by your words. Now you spoke those words, and y'all say in that day of calamity, you're gonna be judged by the very words that came out of your dumb mouth. Because you were not allowing the Rahuk to bring about wisdom, to help you to become prudent and realistic. See, a vain person can never be realistic, because in your vanity, you're always going to have this surreal imagination about what things should be. That's called vanity. Realistic is someone who says, you know what? This is where I need to be. This is what I'm capable of doing. This is what I'm not capable of doing. And I know one goddamn thing. I am not a man, and I cannot fight off, a bunch of demon-filled devils who could come at me at any time to harm me or those that I love. I need David. I need the same Rahuk that was in David. I need a man with that same Rahuk in him. A man with his faults, no question about it, but a man who knew when it was time to step up and be a damn man. And every time I was in his presence, I knew I was with a man. I ain't talking about these little whole niggas who getting women out here pregnant and running off. I ain't talking about that fool. That ain't no damn man. That's an effeminate, emasculated homosexual doing heterosexual acts with you. Real man is he's gonna validate every time you with him. And he might get in your ass every now and then, by the way. He might tell you to shut up. Can you handle that? Might tell you to sit down. Can you handle that? Might tell you none of your damn business. Can you handle that, woman? Because if you can't handle that, then you ain't ready for Elohim. Elohim said who he loved, he chastised. Like a father chastises a son. You think a father would tell his son, shut up, I don't want to hear that. I'm not interested in what you got to say. Sit your ass down. Of course he would. But I know you just way too much. You just way too much. Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. Well, a fool out in the street shouldn't be telling you nothing. That I agree. Some whorish man shouldn't be telling you nothing. Oh yes, that I agree. But the man of Yah, what's your excuse for rejecting him? Oh, he got fault. All men of Yah have faults. Now what you got to say? Well, I could do better. Really? Jezebel, you really think you can do better? So you think that you can upstage the man? In other words, you can one up. You can just go to the next level of the man that Yah gave you. You really think that Yah's gonna let you do that and get away with it? What he gonna do? He gonna send you a death angel with the disguise of a man. See, remember those angels who went into Sodom and Gomorrah, and the men in Sodom and Gomorrah thought they were men and they wanted to rape them? You remember that? Because they thought that was men and it was angels. See, Satan can do the same. He's going to send you a demon. And you're going to think, oh, yes, see, I told you I could. No, but no. He's going to come. He's going to be a wolf. And he's going to tell you everything you want to hear. He's going to agree with your sad story and how you were wrong and how you were abused and how you were misused. And he would have never done you that if it was him. Of course he's going to say that shit because he hadn't had his chance to do it to you yet. But that's what awaits you. Hard-hearted women. That's what's awaiting you. Yeah, your prince of darkness is coming. But he's going to be disguised as a prince of light. Isn't that what the book said? Satan will disguise himself as an angel of light and his ministers as ministers of righteousness. So he's going to come for you. But you just wait. Wait when all the lights go out. Wait till he got you by himself and there's nobody to protect you. And he pulls off that mask. Then you're going to wish you had stayed up under the right covering. You'll wish. You'll live to regret it. The men of Yah, we know who we are. And it goes beyond us. We know what we are, mere mortal men, but we know who we are, called with a great mission. And we have the passion and the resilience and the steadfastness to get it done. We know how to get it done. We don't shrink when pressure comes on. We don't run when trouble, the first sign of something wrong. We stand and we fight and we win. Because greater is he that is in us than he that is in this world. But you hard-hearted sister, you can't see that because you can't get your own selfish face out of your own ugly mirror. So y'all gonna send you whatever it is you think you want. But when you get him, you're not gonna be able to get rid of him so easily. He's not gonna leave when you tell him you don't want him no more. He's not gonna let you go when you say I'm out the door. It ain't gonna happen like that. He gonna hurt you. And I ain't talking about your feelings either. He gonna physically hurt you. And for you men out there who are out here thinking that, somehow or another the word don't apply to you or that you're greater than this word. I'm talking about all these so-called, the men I mentioned earlier in this message. Y'all got something special for y'all wicked asses. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You guys are in cover, in your covens. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Hell, let me tell you something about some of you brothers. Let me get in your business here. You see, we look at you counting the super chats that you get. We looking. We hear your comments. Well, I'm not going to answer these questions because, I'm going to answer only one the question who give me some money. Do you hear what you are saying, brother? So if Yah comes to you or sends someone to you for an answer, and that person does not have coins for you, and you say that you are a man of Yah, you're not going to respond to that man? Yet you are a man of Yah? You're going to only respond to those who give you money? Huh? Huh? Are you serious? Of course you're serious. Because you love the things of this world. Of course you're going to lie. I know I need that for building, and I'm going to give it on back. We can do great things with this money. No, you can do great things with just your faith. But you don't have any faith. Your faith is in now filthy lucre. Your faith is in your camp, in your village. That's where your faith is. Filthy, greedy money, you dog. You dumb, greedy dog. And brothers and sisters, y'all need to better. You guys better come away from these guys. These guys can get you killed. I'm telling you, I'm talking about the Jakes, the Dows, all these guys can get you killed. You guys better get out from under these guys. These are wicked men. Diabolical beyond what you could ever understand. These guys have compromised the word. They've compromised the book. The book told us that we're not supposed to intermarry with strangers and stuff. These guys are doing whatever the hell they want to. Go read Deuteronomy 6. These guys are doing whatever the hell they want to do. Right in your face and telling you you don't know what you're talking about. That ain't nothing but Satan. All of them. Full of the devil. They big feasts and festivals and, the world is coming to an end, but let's start a new band. What you said? You just told us the other day this world is coming to an end, and what are you doing now? Starting up a new what? Band? Oh, you're building another what? Tabernacle? A bigger tabernacle? I thought you told us that we're at the end. So we're not at the end? Oh, nobody knows the time. Well, then why you lied? How you built that ministry? How you got all of you devils? Didn't you build these ministries by telling all of us that judgment was coming? And then you forgot. You know why you forgot? because you are the devil and you're a liar. You forgot that you believed your own lie. And now you can't get out of it because you love it too much. And you hateful, evil sisters out here, and I don't, whether you're a preacher or whether you're sitting in the house by your damn self right now. You done told yourself enough lies, now you're trapped. Because you can't repent. You can't change your heart. It's too deep inside of you. That's a scary thing. That ought to worry the shit out of you. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'd be texting my ass off. I'd be calling and doing something. Guide me back. You ain't going to do it. You're not going to do it. So therefore, y'all just told me to be a witness. So you know that he knows your secret thoughts. You know what's about to happen, right, guys? What I was saying, man plans and y'all just laughs. Well, I plan to talk about Enoch. So, I just talked about Enoch. And I don't even have to go and read to you the book. But read chapter 62 on your own time. If you truly gave a damn. Read it. And then you connect the dots. See, that's the natural word to help you understand the supernatural thing. But this is the spiritual word to help you see the supernatural things. And the spirit realm supersedes the natural realm. And you heard it. You heard it clear. You heard it unaltered. You heard it straight. I don't have any notes. I've talked to you for over. I have no notes. I mean, I had the book, but as you can see, didn't get there. So where do you think this came from? Are you angry now? Are you upset? Do you feel delivered? Do you feel free? Do you have perspective now? Are you feeling change inside of you now? Are you ready to right wrongs? It could be any of those things I mentioned and those that I have not mentioned. But the one thing you can know, you heard the truth. Now the question is, are you ready to be set free? Really set free? Think about it. DFG, talk to you later. Bye now.